Everything around the restaurant, maybe 90%, is edible, it's cultivated, or it's wild and been encouraged. So we're gonna find garlic and mint and lavender, wild chives, sage.
As we're waiting for the grapes to come in, we can still utilize all the leaves in it, make up our own like Arizona version of a doma with either wild rice or mushrooms, depending on what we find.
The concept of the restaurant is Arizona cuisine. It's to define a regional kind of cuisine. It's not Tex-Mex, it's not Southwestern food.
Brett always had the idea of showcasing Arizona as a whole. I had already kind of like told him like my ideas for the future of showcasing not just my tribe, being Navajo, being Dene. I wanted to showcase different foods from tribes all across America. We ended up meshing the two together, so now we celebrate both Arizona's bounty that we find out in the wild, and then also showcasing Native American indigenous food, that whether it's through the culture or preservation techniques or through working with local indigenous farmers and how they grow things. So this one is called like the lemonade berry or the 3-leaf sumac. What I know it as growing up is called chichin. You get a little bit of berry flavor out of it, but you get more so like the brightness and tartness of what you would get out of like a lemon. We had picked a bunch of ocotillo flowers down in the desert. You have like an Arizona version of an Arnold Palmer, but with all indigenous ingredients.
We don't need to import truffles. We don't need bluefin tuna. We don't need all of those things because everything actually is provided from here. Here you can see like a crab apple tree. I'm gonna walk over there in a second, even though it's a busy weekend. Bringing the restaurant here and the concept here to this building really put us in the central location of Arizona. You're really right on the edge of where forest hits the desert. We can walk for 45 minutes to an hour and really get a lot of cool things that will sustain the day.
My name's Sarah Estrada, and I'm the gardener here. Started off as a landscape management kind of role, but I like to take things to the next level, so I've implemented sort of a sustainability program here, using no pesticides, restoring natural ecosystem spaces amongst the property, and recently we built a vegetable garden space for the kitchen. When Jaren and Brett came here, our energies really did match. They're supporting local producers. They're encouraging me to produce more here. They've really kind of changed the dynamic of this little corridor of the canyon. I think they're inspiring others to maybe do the same.
I grew up on the res. It was in between Farmington and Shiprock. Grew up on a 30-acre farm. We herded cattle. I always remember my mom and my grandparents always having a garden, and there was also fruit trees on our property. I was always surrounded by food that we had grown eating with the seasons.
We spend so much time together that you're deeper than brothers. 2 head chefs in the same restaurant, quite unheard of, but somehow it's working. We've learned how to grow together, how to have conflict together, how to have resolve together, and to continue on with the bigger picture in mind.
You can actually taste the history and the state as a whole through our food, and I think that's what we were pushing for the longest time.
It's not about a medal, it's not about a trophy, it's not about me on TV. It's about what are we leaving to the next generation of chefs. Will we actually define an Arizona cuisine? Does it start something?